really curious to see what they're going to end up picking for Sumail. I assume it's going to be the last pick here. That final pick of the game.
Look at Ember Spirit, feels decent for Sumail here.
Yeah, definitely a pretty good hero. Doesn't really care about all the slows from Veno. Not very much lockdown. It's a very good call.
That's what stood out to me. Yeah, that and then the Flame Guard's really good value, so seems strong. Of a pick. Viper maybe also comes to mind. Similar reasons. Very good against magic damage in general. Again, lacking the lockdown. They banned Kunkka on the side of Evil Geniuses. That would have been some good lockdown, and I hear that would have been good against Ember Spirit actually. So I go back to that one now.
5 seconds remaining.
They don't ban Ember here or pick it for themselves, then I think it could be coming.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen EG pick up the Alchemist yet. I don't really think it's necessarily a good Alchemist game, but I just wanted to mention that hero because it's something that we have seen them play a lot of in the past.
That's another one there. Yeah, March.
Dire team pick.
There you go.
Van Elk.
Van Elk. Now, we're going to get... Ideally, we'll get some answers here as far as where Veno and Marana may end up. Again, you probably figure they're going to interchange between middle and off lane, so yeah, about the safe lane then. Or March is potentially where they're going to happen.
10 seconds
Where they're going to draft here for Moo.
Yeah, unless they run this as a position 1 Veno,
remaining.
I think they do probably need to pick up a Silver Edge carrier to deal with the Spectre in the late game. Only
Evil
15 seconds left.
Geniuses turn to pick.
Ember Spirit.
They take the Ember. Interesting.
That has to be a takeaway too, yeah.
Yeah, definitely a hero that Brile plays very well. So maybe position, I guess, position 1 Venomancer.
Yeah, Moo has history playing that, so that doesn't surprise me
10
either.
seconds remaining.
Invoker.
Invoker.
In for a treat. I always get, oh, you see, now I'm even more ready for this.
Of course, the Invoker, very good against Ember Spirit, being able to dispel the Flame Guard. And a lot of team fight, control, doesn't care about the Wyvern save at all.
I like it. Good pick here for EG to finish it off. So yeah, March, maybe a bit of a takeaway / Brile plays it a bunch himself, as you mentioned, but going up against the Sumail Invoker now could prove to be difficult. The lack of lockdown, too, on the Radiant side is, or on the Dire side, excuse me, a little more concerning for what they have, but they do have a lot of slow. they definitely got plenty of that to work with, and it's a team that's built around the idea of the longer the fight lasts, the more chance they have of winning it, because, you know, Venomancer and Undying are 2 heroes that do not mind the fights taking forever.
Yeah, Ember Spirit too tends to be one of those heroes that puts out a lot of damage over the course of a longer fight. And on the side of Evil Geniuses, pretty good setup for Sumail. Sunstrikes with the Bane and the Earthshaker, and even the Pugnant Decrepify being such a strong slow. So I'll be curious to see whether he prioritizes Exhort or goes for that kind of Quas Wex build that we saw become fairly popular at CI.
I'm with you there. Again, I do feel like this is a game where Quas Wex could potentially be pretty good. But it seems like every time we've said that, almost kind of, you would expect, especially with the tops in performance and everything at TIA, you know, winning the whole thing after all, that maybe it would start becoming more of a trend. But well, we still see a lot of these invokers going the Exhort. Not that it's bad, it's just it feels like there's games where that Quas Wex just would be better, but we know Sumail's capable, that's for sure. Whatever he goes. Level 12 on 5. Yeah, he plays a lot of Marana. Alright. Yeah, and he went Quas. I like it. Good start. Fun cursor bug. So, as mentioned, the Quas Wex Invoker going to bring even that much more control to the team to allow Spectre ultimately to kind of take over. Lead the way for the team.
Plague our enemies.
Yep, looks like we have Crit and S4 headed to the top lane. Got the Bane and Spectre in the bottom lane, who will be up against a Wyvern Marana. And this lane of the Move Venomancer and March on the Undying. Going to be really, really annoying. But Pugna, pretty quick hero, able to stay at range. Mostly Crit needs to be careful of, you know, the multiple slows and getting caught out of position.
Mm-hmm. I think Milan's trying to get whatever figured out. Oh yeah, that's interesting about it. So March is actually on Undying. Milan playing the Winter Wyvern. So March will not play 4 games in a row on Winter. He's just tired of the hero.
Yeah, just getting a little bit bored.
Switching it up. I wouldn't be surprised if it honestly is just simply that. Like, just for morale purposes, you know, it's these days. The winning team here is done today, so it's worth mentioning that. You go to the upper bracket, you've had a good day. The losing team will then play in the decider match later on today, which will ultimately be a third of best of 3. So again, these days definitely can go long, especially in the initial day of the group stages here for this qualifier. And that could be draining on you, so understandably you just want to get things done here. And right now Evil Genius is on the verge, up 1-0 in this series. Yes.
Plague our enemies.
Yeah, no, there will be some breaks. And speaking of that, though, we're obviously going to be casting that next. The Black Sheep versus Team will be the lower match. Again, loser of that goes to the lower bracket. The winner will then go to the decider match that we were just talking about to then play the loser of this series. And then see who moves on from there. So, and that's Group A. Group B doing the same thing, being casted over on its own channel. I believe it's English 3, if I'm not mistaken. So there. All right, back to this game now. Out of the pause, good to go.
English 1, just don't want to give.
Is it English 1?
News.
Okay.
Yep. It's got Grant and Mason casting over there.
Ah. Good guys. Or just better. It's okay.
I'm just
Pugna?
humbled to be able to cast this EG game right now.
Yeah, you know, we were going into today planning to cast NA, but frankly, I thought we were going to be assigned the Group B, and all of a sudden we were told, oh, casting Evil Genius. Oh, okay, cool. All right. So, yeah, that was a nice little surprise. I mean, I wouldn't mind casting Group B either, but it was just a bit of a surprise once again. Anyways, top lane, some bananas coming out, a little bit of harassment. Trying to go for that top rune. There's going to be 3 heroes here from EG. And that will secure it for Earthshaker and ends up being the 2-for-2 split.
Yep, Undying, a hero that likes to be against multiple heroes, but a little bit too much to deal with a Bane and an Earthshaker on top of the Pugna.
Right now, Arteezy by himself. That's because Bane blind waiting patiently, hoping for the courier to start coming along, but doesn't look to be just yet, and Fly doesn't want to wait too long. He was hoping for a quick courier. Not the case. It is starting to move now, but he's already TP bottom and knows that you can only leave Arteezy by himself against a Wyvern Marana, or you just need to do something about that. So
yep, 9 tangos on Arteezy, lots of regen, expecting to be harassed pretty heavily here.
Oh yeah, Bane's good at trading some last hits, but against 2 heroes, somewhat different of a story, I'd assume. And seeing that a Splinter Blast coming out, Milan's doing some great placement with the Splinter Blast, making sure to hit both heroes as much as possible. It's not easy to do that sometimes.
Yep, 100 damage, 30% slow. Very good skill. For this rest, S4 very low, might tick out to the Gale. Just gonna run him down.
Gonna stay with the auto attack. That works too. March runs him down. First blood going the way of the Dire. This is definitely a lane that's, oh my gosh, you don't want to have to play against. And Dying Venomancer.
Yeah, Pugna already with a very low health pool. Couple stacks of decay and he has like 350 health.
Yeah.
And at that point, Moo's damage over time is going to feel very, very strong.
That is brutal. Level 2 on Invoker. Has the Quaswex. Just on a random cold snap there. Tornado queued up. But Bryle, he's 10-1 against Invokers 8-2.
Easy.
Easy down here. He's okay. Well, they're going to turn kill actually on Marana. The sleep came out, and then eventually the spectral dagger even thrown out from Arteezy to secure that kill. So yeah, looks like he was on the first play top lane. Also a bit of back and forth. March 8 stacks with that decay. It's not enough though. They get credit both for the kill. And Moo's trying to run now.
Venomancer, very slow hero, only 280 movement speed without boots. A little bit harder for him to maneuver against these heroes. Both Earthshaker and Pugna have fairly high movement speed to start out.
He makes out the slow though with that Venomous Scale, so he will be able to run away bottom lane. Again, fly. That Brain Zap heals him up. It is level 2. Arctic Current from Milan. Arteezy's now in a lot of trouble. He went too deep right there, trying to maybe help a little bit. And they do finally kill Arteezy in the end, so they get some revenge. At bottom.
Arteezy already down to 2 tangos. Looks like he might have even flown himself out some more. Yeah, he does. An additional 3 tangos and a salve, in addition to that wand. Spectre hero that just kind of needs to survive though for the early game, and then you can start getting active with Haunt.
I don't know about you, but I'm a little surprised that Invoker's doing as well as he's doing, despite going Quaswex early on. He did go 3 Mantles of Intelligence from the beginning, as that's Milan denying himself, by the way. Cold Snap with the EMP, nice job with the Sleight of Fist to avoid. And now Sumail should be fine. Quas is healing up, though, on top of the Fury Fire. And he also has a Salve to pop. Yeah, that's going to be a turn kill on Bryle. That's a Septo. Level 2 Quas. That's plenty of regen. And the Fairy Fire mixed in with that. So Bryle going too deep right there.
Yeah, Sumail, that was very, very good at knowing exactly the limits of his heroes. Base them spirit too deep.
So that's all saying though. I mean, even before that, he was slightly ahead in the CS side of things. So it shouldn't be happening, I feel like. But again, not 100% sure how the matchup should play out.
Yeah, I'm not a mid player, so I'm not entirely sure. But I mean, it is the Sumail factor. You always gotta include that in your calculations of who's gonna win the mid lane. Just does seem to be slightly on a different level than most people, and tends to win matchups that he's not supposed to.
Well, pause the game here for March, talk things over. What is going well for the Dire side even? I mean, all 3 cores are farming very well. Decently, at least. It just happens to be Invoker slightly more in the middle lane, as well as that kill now, and then Spectre at 18-0 here at the bottom. So really all cores across the board. Nothing overwhelming on either side, just that 4-3 hero kill lead favoring Evil Geniuses right now.
Oh, move.
Top. Oh, he misses the Gale, but he is fine though.
Does not have any regen though, so he's gonna have to be pretty careful. S4 does have a Mango and a full magic wand. He could definitely dive Moo here if he wanted to.
Invoker middle lane getting really low. Bottom lane, Arteezy goes down. Once again, they do dive in. Milan though, fly. Trying to set up a turn, sleeps in. A couple of auto attacks. It's taking a while though. One more, no. Pops a stick charge. A couple that he had now fly. In trouble. 3 more seconds. Has a brain zap. Can he buy enough time? 1 more second. Yes, he can. He gets the kill on Forever. As a result, yeah, that brain zap pretty good. Middle lane. Bryle's in trouble. He's dead. Earthshaker just walks right on up, and Sleight of Fist will keep him alive a little bit longer, but Sumail, he's able to get in there for the auto attack.
Yep. Meanwhile, March is able to snag both bounty runes top. Milan gets one bottom, so 3 for 1. First bounty runes of the game. Spawn at 5 minutes. Karev has fly caught out.
Should kill him here.
Misses the arrow.
Oh, the arrow missed. Is that going to matter?
And sap.
It might. Sap's good. Had some stick charges, but finally Forev is able to leap in and secure it with the Star Storm. Just took a while. Double damage going to be controlled by crit. He'll pick it up before Bravo can get it right.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh, try to trap him there.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Did have a remnant in case, but could have made him use it.
All three lanes going very well for EG. Moo only has 19 CS so far, and that puts him well
Dire's
below all
middle
the other
tower
cores in the
is under
game.
attack.
Still okay in net worth, number 4, but suffering a little bit in this lane. Tons of nuke damage coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could get worse right here. He's fine for now. Another Nether Blast is ready though, but without a stun. I don't think he's gonna be able to land one here, although Fly's rotating around. Has a sleep, puts it up on Venomancer, setting up another blast. There we go, put down with it. D-Trip, no chance to survive from Moo. The Tombstone also placed down in response from March, but that's killed off quickly as RTZ did haunt up here.
Yep. Wants to get out of this bottom lane. He's tired of being punched in the face constantly by Milan and Forev, so rotates to the top, gets a little bit of extra experience. I believe he got the last hit on the Tombstone as well. And he's going to head back bottom though, as does not really want to land against the Vanomancer either.
Yeah, tired of being bottom, but at the same time he misses home, so goes back down right away. There's still 3 heroes up here, well, for both sides, in fact. Ember Spirit's a little bit further to the right. As soon as action starts happening, though, yeah, you see him start making his way over. In fact, Fly out of position. I think he's at least going to fall. Bryle is here, but so is Sumail. The EMP going down. That's a level 4 Wex. Plenty from that. The Tornado as well going through, hitting a couple.
Trouble.
On top of another blast. Beautiful placement. Bryle is in trouble. Does he have maybe a cold snap? No, 8 more seconds before he's going to be able to use that move. Chasing down S4 in the meantime.
2 Bryle should be fine, unless Roshan bashes him.
That would have sucked. Oh no. He's trying to juke away right here.
Oh,
They don't know he's in the pit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Sumail's going to realize that, but now Sumail's committed. He does have Ghost Walk up gassing Tornado. Ready to be used as well. Has that cold snap. They want to make clear here. Fly that Bryle is in trouble. The Fisher missed, but it doesn't matter. EMP will burn all the mana from March. The Tombstone, however, as Sumail has to Ghost Walk and eventually will escape, and now Undying also 2 committed. 16 stacks of decay is pretty nice. It's not enough. A double kill for Sumail when it's all said and done.
Sumail is just toying with them.
He looks like
nice
me,
things.
just a lot better.
It's one of the nice things about the Quas Wex is that you have such great movement speed and regen that you can really kind of weave in and out of fights. And Sumail, simply put, he's just outplaying MarchoutofArmy right now.
He has the urn, 2 charges on it currently. It does go that. That's of course the nifty idea is the cold snap urn. It just procs over and over and over again. Ridiculous damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Actually,
attack.
a Spirit Vessel, even if he chooses to do so. Going to go a Yule's next as well, so not prioritizing the Yags at least just yet. Spot him.
Yeah.
TZ comes back in.
Marge still only level 3 on this Undying. He's having a hard time finding any experience.
Fly will fall, but meanwhile, while we're watching that kill take place, it's just Sumail getting a solo kill on Bryle.
Yep, that Tornado continues to remove the Flame Guard, which means that Bryle is very, very squishy.
Yeah, it's interesting. That mind game right there, right? Because you use Flame Guard, that Tornado's going to come out. So the idea is that you wouldn't use it until the Tornado comes out, but by that time it might be too late in itself, I suppose. So it's a tough play around there for Ember Spirit. The arrow, gonna miss on our TZ.
Should be fine.
Once again, yeah, it's fine for Avies. He is throwing out a lot of arrows right here. Not that I've been watching him the whole time, but unfortunately several are missing, it seems like.
Yep, and without a traditional sort of, initiating offlaner, I'm a little bit concerned for how MarchoutofArmy can come back into this game. They just don't really have the best tools for really killing Arteezy even. He's just been down here the whole time, soaking experience, getting what last hits he can.
smoke play right at the bottom tier 1 tower. Wyvern just run at RTZ. It's like, you know what? We keep evading. He almost got away again with a haunt. He ends up dying though, but the Echo Slam comes out for crit. In response so far, dying is going to be taken out. Curse on crit. Just keep him in place, but the EMP Tornado connects on a Marana and takes him out. Invoker, don't think he's going to be able to catch up right here.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Vision,
attack.
no, didn't have it. Wyvern escapes himself, but they respond to at least RTZ dying. Yeah, RTZ tried to make the great shoot. Had to go mid though because of that, and he wasn't getting away.
Yeah, haunted right into a flame guard, unfortunately. But he did get out of that initial gang, just at a sliver of HP.
Yeah, but now looking at it, he also gave 450 gold to Bryle as a result of that too, unfortunately. And now Han's on cooldown, so yeah, probably wants that one back. An attempt was made though. Sumail, oh boy, Tornado's ready yet again. He's not going just yet, waiting maybe. Who's that? Is Pugna coming over? Also getting more information. Fly. Well, he's got the information. They're just diving him. Tornado EMP on top of Undying. Invoker dealing with the Ember Spirit, are trying to. Remnant back in. Fly is still alive. Finally goes down. It just took a while.
Yep, as Moonlight comes out, Sumail looks to disengage.
Uh-oh. Curse ready too.
Body blocks.
Body blocks, and if it gets... Yeah, it might just curse to keep him in place. There's a Ghost Walk. Dust. There's the curse.
Pretty deep here, though.
No poison, though. The Venoments are almost level 9. Ember Spirit follows it up. Sumail will go down. That's a big kill. Can they get more out of this? It looks like it. Crit's also in trouble. Fly in the flame. Crit goes down. S4 gets here really late. The life drain on Ember Spirit, but he's quite beefy. He's not going down. They lose flying. March, they made up a lot of room there.
Yeah, good fight. Knowing that Han's on cooldown, they seize the moment and just dive the shrine. Milan with some nice body blocks to keep Sumail back far enough for his team to catch up.
You look at Bryle taking advantage again of
Radiant's
that
middle tower is under attack.
kill that Spectre gave to him there. He's going to Maelstrom. Covering in the network chart. Move. He goes down meanwhile to S4. I saw Ember Spirit making a getaway against the Tornado from Sumail. The Cold stabs the urn. Deafening Blast will finish the job on Wyvern. You see the 1 point in Exor now to allow him access to all of his abilities.
Yep, less than 1k lead though for Evil Geniuses. S4 having another good performance on this Pugna. So we did it last game.
What do you think of the build of Spectre here, going into a Yasha after a bit of build up with the Acula Power Treads? No Blade Mail. Not thinking about Radiance yet.
No, definitely not thinking about Radiance yet. Yasha, just a very good farming tool. Helps him chase, helps him fight, helps him farm faster. I assume he will go for that Blade Mail next afterwards, and then head into a Manta, be able to dispel the root, the slows, and then, you know, if game flow allows, then you go for the Radiance afterwards, but he may end up not even going for it this game.
The wrap in middle. Can they get him? Ghostwalk is not queued up right now. They get the jump. He pops Tornado. Is it going to be enough? They're going to die. There's a Witch's Curse in the backlines. They do collapse on top of Sumail. Witch's Curse locking down Spectre as he ported in. That was a haunt use. Fissure block, saving the day for now, but Spectre, he's still in trouble. Looks like the arrow actually stunned him up. They're just putting an auto attack. Ember Spirit, he remnants in to finish the job. Milan credit for the kill. Crit, the crit point on him, trying to keep him alive now. Is S4 on the uphill. They're not going to go too deep our March.
Great positioning by S4, doing a ton of damage during this fight. But the Tombstone being very annoying.
That Fissure. And eventually they will finish off the bait. Echo Slam for a crit. He dies right after, but it allows to set up for the kill on Ferem at least. It was 700 gold for S4 right there. Bryle does TP out, realizing that both Invoker and Spectre are coming back up now. So a little scary there at the end. They lose Marana. Big picture though. I think the Dire team's satisfied with that.
Yep, they also end up picking 2 bounty runes top, although Sumail does get the bottom ones. I'm still so confused by some of these gold bounties in the early game that I've been seeing. Ever since that patch changed how the net worth affects gold bounties in the Rev, highest net worth on his team, but the team gold difference less than 1K. Seems like 600 gold for a non-streak is pretty insane.
700 gold even. Yeah, you're right. That is ridiculous. When you mention that now, exactly. No streak or anything. That's just simply the net worth, I suppose. But hey, S4, he likes it. Gets the middle tower kill on top of that, and S4 is now the top net worth in the game, in fact. As naturally went that Aether Lens and has the Hood of Defiance to top it off now. So it's something to keep an eye on, though, more and more, because it does feel funky sometimes, for sure. Middle lane, making their way in.
For BKB.
Really? An Ember Spirit here this early on? Jeez.
First item, BKB.
Wow. I mean, Quaswex Invoker, that is a good reason, I suppose.
It's definitely owning him. He's basically unable to use his Flame Guard ever, offensively or defensively in this game.
Yeah.
Definitely going to struggle in terms of damage output, but maybe his goal is really just to provide control, allow for Rev to kind of be like the real one, as Rev goes for a Maelstrom after Dragonlance. And March using Tombstone to farm an Ancient Stone.
There you go. Pretty good stack right here. Helps out Bryle get most of these last hits, I would assume. Moo, by the way, I haven't mentioned much about Venomancer, but he's been quietly pushing out this bottom lane, farming a little bit of the jungle. He has a Veil finish to go with those power treads. Has a 4-staff queued up, so playing kind of that utility for the team. And Veil of Discord's really strong for this makeup.
Yep.
All the cores can benefit from it.
Yeah, definitely on top of the amp that Undying provides, can really dish out an incredible amount of magic damage. That's why we see the Hood being prioritized by S4 before the Aghanims comes out. Needs some way to deal with all of the magic burst.
True. Ags is now queued up for Invoker after he finishes the Yules. And the purge of the Dispel that it brings really good this game, but still you want that Ags on Invoker, because again, it brings the hero to another level. Making it that 2-second cooldown on next sort of course. Bottom lane, Wyvern. Thought he was maybe setting something up, but he just TPs out as Spectre starts pushing it, and he goes top lane. Trying to maybe make a play up here. Milan gets hit by the finish of the gold down with the curse on Invoker. Allowing maybe for a reset right here. They lose March on the way over here, but Ember Spirit now here as well. Sumail, Japanese Blast connects on a 1. Sumail, I don't think he's limited to this though. Fire Remnant in. Miss those chains, lock him in place. But the more Remnants, the more kills. Milan goes down, however, or Rev, excuse me, goes down on Mirana from the Echo Slam. First Shaker. The sleep on Ember Spirit, trying to keep him alive for the last second. A double kill for Riles. And enough to take the other side of Fizz. He gets another kill. He does that, but it's all set up with a triple kill as a result. Meanwhile, Venomancer is also going to fall. Double kill for S4. It's just back and forth. A big championship fight right here. S4 versus Milan. It really is. It's just one team losing a hero after the other. Back and forth. Undying is coming back up, but S4 can't find a Winter Wyvern, so jeez. Yeah, that sleep save allowed for that 3rd kill on Ember Spear. That was pretty clutch right there. Not having Undying, though, you could tell kind of hurt, because if Undying's there, just imagine how different that could have gone, too. Not only with the enhanced damage, but the Tombstone presence, so it's good they picked him off at least before that.
Yeah, still, it's a 3 for 4? 3 for 4?
It was a 3 for 4, yeah.
So, MarchoutofArmy happy with that, although S4 continues to be the highest net worth, highest level in the game, well on his way to the Aghanim Scepter.
It was 4 for 4, because Undying did die on the way to the fight, so
okay.
Technically in that sense, yeah. But either way, I still think March, yeah, considering how the game's going, they can be somewhat pleased with that, I suppose. Really, both teams have reasons to be happy when you think about it. But anyways, we're fighting again, apparently. Arrow, but it's going to go through. As the Zap Tornado War doing some work. Great tornado with the EMP on top of the Fisher. Fisher does. March and trouble. Those zaps are real, but the curse on Bane.
The crab stays.
The crab means he can't attack him, but they both die. Yeah, that was Bryo coming in. That must have been, I don't know if that was a Villa Discord or what. No, Venomancer's dead, but either way, they just explode right there after the fact. Starstorm, Ember Spirit coming in, Splinter Blast, I suppose. Jeez.
Yeah, these choke point fights are really good for both teams, actually. They need to be very careful how they engage in these areas because so much AoE damage coming out from both sides.
S4, as you'd expect, on point with these decreps. Very good with Pugna, but right there, not enough to ultimately save the fight. And sure, he is farming very well, but every other core in this game is basically on the same level in that 7,000 range as far as net worth goes. So this continues to be just a back and forth battle. I mean, hell, we have 46 hero kills at 21 minutes. That's insane. More than 2 hero kills a minute. We're probably gonna get another one. The Sunstrike, yes. Forev is dead. That was an Echo Slam committed, but still, it's a kill on one of the cores.
Yeah, and this is something that we see a lot of teams doing against like a Pugna Invoker. Any high magic damage lineup is all 3 cores on March Out of Army are prioritizing BKB as their next item, looking to hit a specific timing where their cores are just invincible to most of the damage they're facing and looking to take fights off of that. So still going to be a little while until those BKBs are done, but that'll be a big power spike for the Dire side.
They are queued up on all 3 heroes as mentioned. Piranha will be the first one to get one. Blink Dagger on Winter Wyvern. The fact that he's able to have one of those at 22 minutes, that's got to feel good. And technically playing more than 4. Yeah. Makes more sense when you think of it that way. S4. He's trying to run away. The zombies chasing after, but no stun to keep him in place. Meanwhile, Remnant on top of Earthshaker gets the Searing Chains. The Fissure not going to help Pugna. He gets stunned by the arrow of Forev. S4, the Crepify goes with the Drain Life on Venomancer. It's not going to work though, and now crit. Just a matter of time. It feels like he's got to blink in 1 second. Maybe he is out of here. Oh, Slight caught him.
Fact. How did
That's
you know?
Unfortunate, yeah. And the arrow to snipe him down. So that Slight just barely connecting. Hey, 2 more kills, and just that net worth, every time I look up at top there, it's just 1K back and forth through either team.
Yep, not moving very much. Arteezy does have the match finished, and he is going for Radiance next.
Yep.
Gotten quite a bit of space up in this top lane, pretty much just hanging out up here, not even using the Haunt to come the last couple of fights.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
No Blade Mail. Blade Mail did get nerfed, and that's worth reiterating. 5 second longer cooldown, I think it was, and -1 armor. So it's been interesting kind of seeing how players are adapting to that, or whether or not they get it or not. So I wonder if that has something to do with it, or if he just didn't feel like it was necessary this game.
Yeah, it seems pretty good against a hero like Veno and Mirana, but he hasn't really been trying to fight with his team, and because of that, feeling like he can just go for the Radiance instead. Well,
they push bottom tier 2. Meanwhile, Roshan, EG, that's what they want. Life Drain going to be used to heal up Arteezy. While they're doing it, S4, does he have an axe already? He does, that's why. Holy crap. He is the top farm of the game. Spam it. Yeah, literally keep it on.
Refountain. Inspector pretty good at taking Roche actually with Manta Style because of how Desolate works.
Some enhanced damage against Roshan there. Top lane. I was gonna say, is this
harass?
Just Wyvern? I mean, a curse wouldn't really do anything, so yeah, just saying hello and then blinks away. Ember ended up going the Maelstrom. Okay, yeah, and he almost does have the BKB now finished though. So yeah, those 3 BKBs coming. Veno just needs the Mithril Hammer. Next couple of minutes, they will be online. Top rune, 25 minutes in. Here we go. Tombstone put down. Bane, he's got up here. Haunt was activated for this. March, he is going to end up going down. Wyvern throws up the curse, and that should kill Bane. In the response,
the arrow.
Wore out in time. I love these 5-minute bounty runes. Teams really do battle for them. It's fun to see.
Yeah, they're so important. They're, you know, 1,000 gold swing as the game progresses, even more sometimes. Really got to secure them. It creates lots of moments for these skirmishes to break out.
Bugging up, pushing up bottom. Top, Arteezy. Arrow hit. Splinter Blast, the auto attack Starstorm, Spectre Dispersion. It's not going to save him, I don't think. That's going to be an Aegis. Where's the follow-up now? I don't think they're going this anytime. Yeah, crit is ready.
Oh, just the tip.
Actually connected. And they take out Forev. So it wasn't Aegis spent, but they kill Mirana in response. And now the top tier 2 is in trouble. Now Mirana has a buyback. They still have Curse. No, 10 seconds.
They might plan to use though.
Yeah, I think. No, my point is, I think that Dire can definitely defend this.
Yeah, BKB coming out to move right now, so this is definitely that timing that I was talking about. BKB also on Bryle.
Do they all have it now? Yeah,
they do.
I'll have a BKB. As I mentioned, Axe just finished on Invoker, and him and Ember Spirit are kind of going at it here in the middle lane. No one's dying, just back and forth. As top lane, that's 4. That was a Witcher's Curse, it looks like. Meanwhile, Bane also gets caught with Searing Chains. Life Drain. On man, so the BKB can be popped up, but Doctor the Sunstrike anyways. Down goes Bane. That's 4.
Trouble now.
Another strike. That's not going to save him. He's just going to hope to walk away right here, but that's not happening. Double kill for Bryle. They lost the tower, but still, victory of a fight in the end for the Dire side.
Yep, all 3 BKBs were used though. I guess Perez was used earlier to kill the Aegis, but gotta keep an eye on those because that really is their really powerful moment is when all 3 cores can just pop the BKB and run in.
Sumail doesn't have earn charges. He might try for a kill here though. And the support undying, and it looks like he's got it.
There's some earn charges.
There you go. Like I said, he doesn't have earn charges, so he's gonna farm some. Earthshaker moving in. Do they have vision back here? They do. They have a deep war that saw some guys coming over.
Yep, they know where Milan is relatively.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Benno gets the deny. And Arteezy actually not going for Radiance. He changed his mind. He's going for a Nullifier and almost has that completed. Pretty good if he can get on top of anybody before they pop their BKB.
Yeah. I was about to say, Fly's wrapping around. At the bottom lane, they go on Invoker, but now here's Fly. He's got a Fiend's Grip ready to go. No, he doesn't. 15-second cooldown, so never mind. Has a sleep, though. Gonna place a Tinker War, get plenty of vision. Not really on them, however. So this wraparound not working out as they hoped for right now. They still can't see Venomancer. They'll see that he's in the area with the wars, but now Milan exposes. Crit. Remember, he's ready to
going in. Fiend's Grip on the Wyvern.
Yeah, there you go. The Fiend's Grip setting up a perfect Sunstrike. So Wyvern's going to be picked up off the bat. BKB from Moo. That's a buyback on Wyvern, by the way. So Curse is going to be ready to go. Fly. He was in no means land back here to settle this up. So he really the sacrificial land for the team. Then Winter's Curse. That's Jim.
And wow, and the Benno ultimate expended all on an illusion.
That's you're in the heat of the moment. You think you have a free kill. Whoops. Crit. He is still lining up for an Echo Slam. He really wants to go. Barev might be a target.
Top.
That's true.
As they're blowing all these spells on his illusions.
Yeah, he's like, all right, cool. On with that. All right, that's the end of that. So interesting stuff there. Yeah, that Nullifier though, it's second item Nullifier, but again, as you pointed out, with these 3 BKBs on the cores, I suppose that is the big reaction.
And actually really, really good for just jumping the Wyvern like they did there. You can be able to haunt in, nullify the Wyvern, and that takes away a lot of the team fight and setup for the Dire side.
This Dire team is really insistent on being at this bottom lane right now, while Spectre is just, the whole top side of the map is just free for him to farm wherever you want. So you gotta figure eventually we'll see them spread out, and they finally do. Brev heads towards the middle lane, and the rest are going elsewhere. But yes, Spectre, he's up top now. He's got another 1,200 gold saved up, so feeling good. I wonder if he's still gonna go for the Radiance. I mean, at this point, you'd figure maybe it's getting a little too late to go with Radiance. Yeah, he is gonna go Heart. At least that's what he has queued up now.
Yeah, makes sense. Very good against Venomancer and all the magic damage. If they can't bring him down, then it's basically like they've wasted all of their spells on the Spectre.
Spectre level 21, so he has a 500 health talent he chose to get. Ember Spirit went the Spell Amp over the True Strike. Not much reason for that this game.
Yeah, this game, very close in kills and net worth, but it definitely feels like it is pretty heavily EG favored just based on the pace of the game and the heroes that are involved.
Well, you know how I can tell? Got a Dota buff here. Or Dota Plus even. Not Dota buff. Dota buff's a good site, but Dota Plus. Got the win percentage. Looking pretty good for EG right now. They jump Venomancer. The heal comes out with a rip though. It saves it. He pops a BKB. Sunstrike wasn't enough. Winter's Curse, who is that? Looks like they actually caught the real Spectre off to the side. They kept on crit, and they did catch RTZ. RTZ can't move. Remember the slow that we're talking about. So he is forced to fight this. He has a nullifier still, but he is going to go down and dead for 80 seconds. The saves were great between the rip and the cold embrace and the BKB activations. It worked out for March out of the army.
Yep, and EG took a fight there. They tried to get a quick pickup on the Venomancer, but they didn't have all of their heroes there, so quick response by Dire to bring in all 5, and they're able to get a nice turn kill on the Spectre as well as the Earthshaker.
Regeneration.
Roshan 8 seconds before it could respawn, so a bit longer. Meanwhile, that was interesting. Crept there on Wyvern, puts down the Nether Ward. They'll just kill it, or attempt to at least. As EG is falling back, so Roshan's going to be about a medium Roshan respawn, a little over a minute still. Lotus Orb on Wyvern, okay. Have to go with the Glimmer Cape, and again, position for Wyvern, so it makes more sense as to why he's managing to get decent farm, and all good items for, speaking of saving people.
Yeah, good dispel against sleep setups or Decrepify. If he can get it on himself before the nullifier comes out, then he can hamper the Spectre a little bit.
Five grouped up in the middle lane on the Dire team. 4 of them, almost like they were finding maybe a smoke play, but I think they really. Oh, there we go. I was looking for a smoke, didn't see it, but they had it. They were not seeing. They were playing behind this Venomancer. Radiant team not falling for it just yet though. Crit. Pops it does. They catch him alive. Pops a curse in response on Spectre. Tornado. It is going to hit.
Hits him anyway.
Meanwhile, in the middle lane, no crit. They're still jumping on him as well as Pugman. They want to get Decrepify. Keep it alive for a little bit longer. Echo Slam going to be casted on just March. They do kill Pugman. They're going to go good on top of that. As Brown comes back in with the Remnant. Back over here. Malon is still alive this whole time. Buyback from crit. They lost on time, but so far it's looking pretty good for the Dire side. Sumail having to get out. RTZ thinking about going back in. Maybe just pop a shrine as a team. Sunstrike. No. Not going to hit on Milan. Pure damage, so not caring about the Glimmer Keep or anything, but gotta hit it. Is he 20 yet, by the way? He just hit 20, so I was wondering if he's going to get that Cataclysm, which I assume so, but I suppose the Alacrity, there could be some argument there.
Yeah, I really like the prioritization of mobility on this Dire side. The Blink Dagger on Wyvern, March going for a 4-staff of his own. All of their heroes have the ability to kind of zoom around in fights, 4-staff and Blink on Moo as well. It lets them kind of kite things out like that. Split up when the Earthshaker is looking for an Echo Slam as well.
There we go, Roshan being attempted, Tombstone's put down. Speaking of important levels, 15 on Undying is here, so if he happens to die, we'll be dropping another Tombstone. They're going to get this. EG's either not interested or they just simply don't have an idea yet that it's happening. I mean, especially with an Invoker, you'd feel like they would definitely fight this if they knew. I don't think they do. That's Cheese and Aegis. Cheese going to Venomancer. Aegis picked up by Forev. Here, Marana, who's got a full Mjolnir now, so her damage is pretty intense.
Yeah, very high. Has the mana break talent as well as the attack speed talent. So, like I said at the beginning, it's definitely the true one of their team.
Yeah.
Will be putting out the most right-click damage at least. And Moo is very close to having this Aghanims. which will further increase their teamfight damage output.
Pugna did finish the pipe, looking to go Heart himself. Interesting. Heart over an Aeon disc. A little surprised by that almost. That's usually what we would see on a Pugna. Oh, Curse catches Spectre over here. They're setting up. Amp damage from March being applied. Meanwhile, Farab dealing with that tornado. He loops it after the BKB. The Haunt out though. Coming out from Arteezy. Where's the real one? He's way up here.
Top. Went to Bryle as Bryle came in, it looks like.
That sucks for the dire side. Yeah, Bryle was coming in as he TV'd up or went up here with the Haunt.
Arteezy completely alone. He's totally caught out here.
And the arrow catches with the Searing Chain. So even though he got away initially, they still just walk him down essentially. And they kill him. That's got to feel so good if you're the dire side, because it was an amazing getaway from Arteezy in the first place, but they do eventually get him.
Yep, they'll need to come back and defend. Pugna is pressuring with 2 catapults. And Bryle just need to be a little careful here. He's the only hero here and could definitely get jumped. Oh, Grid cancels his TP. With the first play.
Yeah, they're sticking around still. That top tier 1 going down though, and the rest of them are just going to keep pushing the top lane up there. So yeah, Earthshaker insisting on sticking around. It's kind of curious what EG's deciding to do here, really. Knowing that Farab, in fact, they just give up a tier 2, so they give up 2 towers up top, trying to make a play.
No TP scroll on crit, so unable to actually come back and help this team if they were to continue pushing.
Okay.
But to go back to the Heart on Pugna, I think this is definitely the correct choice, especially with this, you know, the Aghanim Scepter coming out on Venomancer and the 7-second extra poison over duration. The Aeon Disc will be popped, and then he'll continue to take a lot of damage.
Survive this, Venomancer. He ain't surviving it. That was, that shows you the burst damage that this Radiant team can do when it kind of all comes together. You also saw the Cataclysm use from Invoker. So he indeed gets that at level 20. 60 more seconds. Venomancer going to be dead for us. Almost has his own Axe finish though, and Poison Nova already plus 7 seconds from the talent. Going to be that much stronger on top of the lesser cooldown once he has the Axe. Who's this? That's the male. He's chilling here.
Just on the edge of the scan. They know he's around there because of this.
They saw Sentry
combo.
Yeah, the Sentry spotted him, but he's too fast. Someone makes it out. Ember's going to be the first one for 25 at this rate.
A remnant restore time for sure.
Top lane, I'm watching Arteezy. He's just he's running, but they're fast. Yeah, the more they spot him, they got him. There's no chance to get out of this one. He just evaporates. I don't know. Is EG playing too spread out all of a sudden? Like, that's like the 5th time I feel like we've seen Arteezy just caught out by himself.
Yeah, just very good warding, and Arteezy kind of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. But they are pressuring mid, and actually this Guthrie tower very close to going down. That was very awkward engagement.
So Wyvern ends up getting picked off there with the Cataclysm coming out. They're engaging and dying. Tombstone's dropped as he dies. Pugna heals up in the air, but Venomancer sitting on top of him. Not really a chance for him to get away. Fly, same story here. Sleep will just delay it a little bit. So they lost the Wyvern as well as the Undying, but they get 3. They include the Spectre beforehand, and Pugna even included in that one too. So the biggest net worth lead right now of 8,000. Pretty good for MarchoutofArmy.
Yeah, and you can continue to see the impact of the triple BKB priority on the cores. They just plop the BKB and run in, and then Pugna's like, what am I supposed to do? Invoker's like, I guess I just stand around and wait. There's really no physical damage on the side of EG, aside from the Spectre.
Just pops Cataclysm with that pure damage in there. But yeah, outside of that, it is a lot of waiting for those to run out with the duration. This middle Arteezy, you had Emperor Spirit coming in, so gets in the trees quickly.
Yeah, BKB down to 5 seconds though on Forev, 5 seconds on Venomancer, and 7 on Bryle's Ember Spirit. So definitely starting to cycle back around to a timing when EG could have some pretty good fights if they can just wait out or bait out those 5-second BKBs.
What do you think of Ember Spirit going the Sleight of Fist charge? Or yeah, the Sleight of Fist charges, by the way, over the Remnant cooldown.
That's definitely not the one that you usually see picked up, but I mean,
or juking capability.
I guess so. Yeah, a decent amount of stuff to dodge, and could just be a player preference. I'm not an Ember Spirit player myself, so leave that one to the experts.
Top lane, crit. He's gonna be found. Yeah, they see him. Oh, you didn't need to curse him.
Yeah, Milan very liberal with these curses so far, but
there was no point in cursing there at that point. I mean, to be fair, he didn't want him to blink away, so like that was the only reason. But as we saw, it seemed like that he wasn't going to be able to in time.
Not the longest cooldown anymore, only 80 seconds.
No, that's true. They found the kill though. Sumail walks away. Roshan, that's a little over a minute before the could respawn time. Venomancer pushing on top. He too is almost level 25, so more of those are going to start kicking in next 5 minutes or so. Sumail just going to combo out the top lane as he falls back. Sumail's items, he went the BKB into Lincoln's. Really haven't mentioned that, but he has a very defensive build on top of, of course, the Ag. So, yeah, you talk about those offensive capabilities. They really are relying on Spectre to be this right clicker, you know, all this physical damage and everything coming out.
Yeah, and it's definitely all of this team fight on the Dire side is making Sumail itemized in such a way. We do see a gem picked up on Ember Spirit, so better at catching out this Invoker.
Vision game, pretty important, as we learned in the previous series.
Yeah, and Forev about to hit that Moonlight Shadow cooldown. Although he could go for the multi-shot Sacred Arrows. I assume it'll probably be that cooldown. Very difficult to deal with.
Yeah, that's true actually. And the fun thing with that too is that it's not only the invis, it's almost like permanent 15% movement speed for the team.
Yeah,
you get as well. So you could argue almost that's like the better thing in some ways. So
yeah, and this team, as we were stressing before, is quite mobile with all of their blink daggers and force staffs as well. So that movement speed advantage, and they have all the slows as well, could really add up in the long run. Aeon Disc finished on Wyvern, so no longer, although Nullifier does dispel it, but
our enemies.
Milan going in on being able to get off that curse.
Yeah, that is one of those interactions though. Nullifier can be a slower projectile, and now in Spectre's case, ideally he's right on the target, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but you happen to be a little bit of distance. By the time it even connects onto them, it's like the Aeon Disc has already done its job anyway, so not the hardest counter necessarily, but it's something. Bane being that vision for the team up here is flying. Interesting arrow being drawn. Is this a smoke arrow? Is that what they're going for? Or they're just wrapping around from the entire team there. Exactly as the arrow shows, maybe catch up to S4. He's not careful.
Moonlight popped yet.
See the Radiant Vision. They see Ember Spirit up there, but now they see the flank. There's a Moonlight Shadow. They catch S4. That's definitely the target they wanted. He's trying to TP. The arrow will connect though. So S4, you can delay this as much as possible. It's not going to be enough, however, for getting a turn going. I mean, he's still alive. This is ridiculous. Jeez, okay. I know it's bugging and everything, but holy crap. Finally kill him though. Roshan, still a minute before he's going to be respawning. And that would be the third Roshan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Dire doing their best to kind of control the lane push, keep the lanes going towards EG's side so that if they do take a fight with, they feel like they have the much stronger team fight, so they want to be able to take a fight and go into a push or secure Roche, but they need their lanes to be shoved out to be able to do so.
70 minus seconds on Moonlight Shadows, as expected there. Grouping up with the team now. Gem purchased on Pugna, almost anticipating that perhaps. Realizing that Marana is level 25.
Yep, and just queued up for Moo and also for March on the Undying. Very popular item against Invoker. Against the Echo Slam as well.
Also seeing all 3 cores on the Dire side are able to get 25 before the Radiant cores, so that's just another advantage that they have now, including the 3 times Plague Wards and damage from Venomancer. That's on top of that, so
very annoying to deal with.
Helps with Roshan potentially. They're thinking about that now. They know it's up. They just saw it. There we go. Gonna go for it. Of course, Refresher Shard, fantastic for really either team. EG, Arteezy, he is running in. He's got that heart. He's feeling comfortable, but going too deep here. He has backup, I suppose. You got Undying with that Flesh Golem. Off to the side, who's that? That's going to be an Ogre caught by the Witch's Curse. Bryle's over here, trying to come into him. Back over to Arteezy. Arteezy managed to get over the edge with the Spectral Dagger. Fly, Mina falling. The Cataclysm not really going to connect though, and Fly does go down after it's all said and done so far. Fly is the only one to fall in this. March, going in frames, will save him for the time being. Deafening Blast pushing him back. The life drain over Rana. She's dead for 100 seconds. Yeah, you're at an old fire, helping to lock her down and secure the kill. And she's better use it.
Though.
Oh, Sumail to go down to the back lines. Yeah, Bryle getting in there as Ember Spirit. And now they get the kill on Undying, but that means the Tombstone drops on Arteezy. He's trying to kill that Tombstone. It's taking forever, though.
Right, does have Echo Slam still. He got canceled early on, so he wasn't able to use it.
Bryle has a double damage tree, but Bryle's playing this so safe. He is not overextended. The whole time he's poking back and forth, thinking whether or not he wants to go into Spectre.
Yeah, with no buyback on the Marana, they definitely do not want to lose the fight and lose the Roshan because of it. So, gonna try and just control this area until Fareb is back up.
And that third Roshan, very important. Remember Fareb too, again, he still has the cheese from earlier. Had to make sure that they didn't kill Roshan in the meantime. I didn't think they did. So that was the cheese from earlier, unable to use it though.
Kind of feels like Moo should just place like 50 Plague Wards in the pit so that EG can't just do the Rosh.
He has one in there right now, at least for scouting, but yeah, God, these wards, look at Bane. He can't kill a ward. Every attack maybe does like 2% of its life, it feels like. The Nether Ward versus Plague Ward, 2 wins. Well, Spectres able to kill them pretty easily. Wyvern jumped in as if he was going for a play. Besides better of it.
Just fainting, stalling out, Fareb coming back up. Now I feel a little bit more comfortable about perhaps actually committing to a fight. Haunt almost back off the cooldown though, so both teams will have all of their tools available.
Spectre, the Eye of Scotty. 4,300 life essentially for Spectre right now. Holy crap, that's a lot. Octarine Court almost finished on Evoker. He still needs the Mystic Sap though, so he's still a bit away. Undying, Tombstone, here we go. Flesh Golem once again. Gonna pop the Moonlight Shadows. I'm assuming Pugna, yeah, it does have the gem. Close enough, the Fissure block. Here goes Spectre just charging in. The Netherward put down the full Witch's Curse. In the back lines, on a Pugna. March is getting low. And dumps in from Fareb. Got the kill on a Pugna. No, he yields up in the air. The Cataclysm comes down now. S4, he's still alive with the Isle. That's a Crapify. Finally, he goes down. Off the side over here. Fareb chasing after Arteezy with Milan, though. You have a buyback from Pugna. There's Crit coming in with the Echo Slam. Fareb pops the cheese. He will stay alive for the time being. And it's also procced from Winter Wyvern. S4 sapping the life of Fareb, but a 4-step over the Roshan pit, he'll be fine. Was that really all that died? I guess so.
Yeah, everyone's so tanky.
It was just Pugna and Undying. Pugna bought back.
80% of our TV's time is spent hitting tombstones.
Good value, man. So Undying dying is obviously, again, not that big of a deal for the Dire side. In fact, it's beneficial in some ways.
Although they did use a lot of their cooldowns. Moose still has Poison Nova, which is a pretty big one. Echo Slam also used.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, both teams just very tanky. It's going to be interesting to see how this really does play out in the end, but Arteezy, understandably feeling confident, just sitting in the pit. Undying is still dead for 20 more seconds or so. So no tombstone to worry about. Milan does have a curse ready. Can I find somebody to use it on there? They're going for it.
Bale does get arrowed.
Arrow, perhaps jumping in with the auto attacks. Not enough damage though. Gets heals off. Will be fine for now. Fight for Rav. He picks it up. And now Sumail throwing out the hot, I believe. No, she's standing on top of it, and the Cataclysm is not going to really connect. And see multiple BKBs going off right there. Arteezy's chasing, but he's by himself. He's against 5 heroes with no aids. He has a cheese. He will eat that. But he's still in a bit of trouble. For him, putting more auto attacks in, and they're slowing him down. You see March sitting on top with the flex going, and he's going to damage and kill that Bane next to him. And Spectre is going to go down. Looks like he hunts. Where is Spectre? The real one's in the road pit. He's going to be a fight for now. No, he finally goes down 100 seconds, and he is dead for a Prile. The cold embrace healing him up a little bit, I suppose, as he got that kill. But the Dire team winning the fight. The snatch from Forev with the Aegis was huge.
Huge play by the Marana there, and those kind of fights I think are going to end up favoring the Dire every time. Sumail had to retreat and really wasn't there for the last half of the fight because he was at like 100 HP because of Poison Nova.
Longer fights benefiting the Dire team, no doubt. Invoker, Octarine Core still not finished. He is the 5th farming net worth hero in the game right now, so not what we're used to seeing with Sumail, especially on a hero like Invoker, but it's kind of how the game's been going for him. And with the Dire team now, I'm sure they have the shard, right? Yeah, Venomancer has it. It looks like. So they got a Venomancer with the refresher shard. Double ultimate, that sounds scary.
Arteezy really struggling to do any damage in these fights, just being kited so well.
Bryle. Bryle is playing a very safe Ember Spirit. That zap from the Nether War. They do kill Bane with a Echo. Fight does come out though with the Echo Slam from Grid. However, the follow-up is a little bit slow. Moo jumps in with that Poison Over. Remember, he has a first shot in his backpack as well for another one. Buyback on Earthshaker as he died. That Radial Deafening Blast being used by Invoker as he hits level 25. We'll kind of force him out. That was a bit of a dive there from the Dire team. They all retreat though in time.
Yep, not punished for it. Just not quite enough follow-up damage. Got the Spectre there, and they get out scot-free.
Undying his own Aeon Disc giving Cuda. I almost wonder. I mean, I suppose you still want it, but him getting an Aeon Disc means he's preventing himself from dying in the midst of a fight.
Yeah, he just eats up so much damage, though. Continues to apply that 30% amp if he's on top of somebody.
Yeah, that's true. Let's get a Bloodstone, man. A Bloodstone strat for yourself.
Hex queued up for Moo. More control.
Never a bad thing, especially when you have a Blink Dagger. She does.
16k lead for the Dire side.
Yeah, it's control to grow. It really has. 6% dispersion picked up on Spectre at level 25, so even more tanky. And Pugna with the Netherward damage per mana. And that's that's a lot of zaps coming out from that.
Yeah, really good in these long, prolonged fights. Does a ton of damage. For all these heroes spamming their spells. Unfortunately for Pugna in this game, no massive mana sink spells except for this Venomancer Poison Nova.
Arteezy, they're gonna catch him. Curse. They're gonna go for Curse. He's not going for it. Oh, jumped in as if he was thinking about it.
Don't really have a follow-up though.
Yeah.
And the call is made to pressure this top lane.
Just putting some damage on the tower there. A couple of auto attacks, but the bottom lane is where they're pushing. He mentioned the top lane. Ember Spirit is already here, ready to defend. He has the Octarine Core now as well, so he's able to spam quite a bit with the Sleight of Fist, especially with the 2 charges.
S4 and Crit had to go back and buy TPs, so Pugna was not there to continue pressuring the tower. Crit immediately TPs back.
Moonlight Shadows.
Undying has the refresher shard. He's looking for triple or quadruple tombstones.
Alright. I suppose Tombstone's been pretty good this game. Roll of fire on Venno, but he gets a Lotus Orb, he'll be fine. Jumping in, curse on a Spectre. Do they follow this up? March charges in, Sleep comes out. There's the poison over the back lines though. Never sure he's on going to Cataclysm, got to avoid that. Turbo's gonna drop as a result of the drop right there. 3 tombstones all throughout the fight. Arteezy, he is getting very low. Perez is as well. And down to Arteezy, he buys back into the zombies on Rev.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the Nether Ward. But down S4 is dead. S4 is down right here. The zombies, just so many freaking zombies. The 3 tombstones, they're trying to kill them off, but good luck with that. They're just gonna wear off, it looks like, if anything.
Finish off the melee racks though.
Exactly, to let the units do the job. Between the zombies and the war, just the pressure in the base, eventually the racks does fall.
There's just so much stuff to deal with. All these Venno wards, 3 tombstones coming out.
Don't mind if I do.
Well, wait for another Roshan now? Is that what they're gonna do here on the dire side? Because that was they had to use all their ammunition basically to do so and push that base. So probably where we are at. Another definitely another hour plus game here, as we're at 55 minutes right now. And I don't think it's ending in the next 5.
Yeah, what's up with EG in these game 2s, man?
Right. Dominate game 1 pretty decisively, and then game 2 is just all over the place.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
No,
they're always entertaining to watch.
Venno, they're going for him. Echo. That's oh, never mind.
Evaporates.
I thought he got a neon disc, but never mind.
Yeah, he had one queued up originally, but decided to change it out for a hex. Probably wishing he had one for that particular instance. Rev gets a Silver Edge, kind of weird item on Marana, but they definitely need it to deal with this dispersion from Spectre. Otherwise, he's just too damn tanky.
That's actually, yeah, kind of missed that point there, but usually you think about that with Silver Edge, so Marana having that, if they have the break up on Spectre, it'll be easier to kill. It's not a free kill by any means. He still is somewhat tanky, but yeah, getting through that dispersion is nice. You can help it, which obviously you can in that case. Ember Spirit
Radiant's bottom barracks are
gonna
under
TP
attack.
out before anyone jumps in. Remember using that Octarine core, he gets bots level 2. He also has 6,000 more gold. Really gonna replace any of these items, so I suppose Moon Shards is coming next. This time, maybe refresher orbs we'll start seeing in the backpacks.
I don't really know what else we would trade out.
Lotus Orb came out. It didn't matter, so the Tombstone drops. He buys back again because they're trying to kill the Tombstone. I think it's not easy. Oh my! The curse of the Nether
zombie
once again. The zombies are building up, and the curse is on
Spectre.
Yeah, Undying is dead again. Another Tombstone dropping over there. Arteezy had half life though, but the drain life will make sure to keep him alive. Without Venomancer and all that poison, it seems like maybe they can't really kill him.
Yeah, late game Spectre. Easy going for the full-on, just run at you, take as much damage as possible. Now it's a double damage. Butterfly queued up. Momentum starting to swing back towards EG.
As they're down 20,000 net worth. But I agree with you. The Spectre factor feels like it's going to become a real thing here as we're entering that hour mark in a game like this.
It's just a matter of how does Dire end this game? Like, the best tower hitter on the team is this Piranha, but
ooh, arrow hit. Pugna's dead. Maybe he heals. Lotus Orb. He is gonna live. Unbelievable. And now Forev is dead himself. 100 seconds. He can buy back. Undying still dead for 45. There's the buyback on Marana.
very low.
Ember Spirit going in. Bane sleeps himself. Rooted up after the fact, and Sleep's taking off. Marana being the victim.
Why are super deep?
They catch Spectre. Cataclysm again. Not going to connect though. He must have a refresher. That seemed like a fast Cataclysm. Wow.
Their base taking damage. They did lose the bottom range racks. But
And tier 4.
right there, I mean,
Radiant's middle tower
Pug is able to take out the tier 3 in just a matter of seconds with another blast.
Trial, BKB, he's going for a poker.
take us.
He's manning up against him, okay. Remnants away, but a little curious there initially. They know Roshan's up. They're going right to it.
Yeah, no buyback on RTZ for 3 minutes, no buyback on Forev for 7 minutes, and no buyback on Dying for 6. Buybacks generally tend to be the story of the game when it gets this late. Rev needs to be very careful. He's quite low. Has no buyback.
Yeah, and he's their silver edge as well, which is like the only chance they have to kill Inspector, feels like. And they see him, he tries to leap, he hits the wall. He does get out though, so Pugna poking in. Spectre also thinking about it, kind of not giving this up for free. There's some more rip heals. Get Mirana up a little bit.
Pretty slow at taking this though. Mirana's really the only one who wants to be hitting Roche. And
Yeah, but
might just be softening this up for EG to come in and steal it.
that's the thing, yeah. Forev's low in life though, as you're mentioning, so it doesn't want to be in there for so it's kind of an awkward spot really for March Out of Army. Trials back at base.
Sumail does have a refresher orb in his inventory.
Wait, who does?
Sumail.
Sumail, okay, yes, he does, yeah. There's one now. Moonlight Shadows. Big bada fucking boom! Mirana and Undying are dead. Venomancer on the run. He's already popped that Poison Nova. Spectre gonna be pushed back with the Hurricane Pike. Going in with that Spectral Dagger though. No, we got stunned up. Here goes Invoker though. Pops his own BKB. Not really doing the most auto attack damage, but poking in slightly. The Ice Ball put down.
Move toast.
And they catch Venomancer. He has a buyback. No Poison Nova, though, for a little bit. In fact, Brow's now in a bad spot. He has a remnant to get away for initially. Deafening Blast going to be used. A level 25 talent being the AoE, but
They do not have any creeps near the base, however, so they're not able to capitalize on the no buyback situation with Forev and the Undying. They will very likely claim Roshan here.
it almost feels like what they were doing against Black Sheep in Game 2 of the last series. You know, they would win a fight, Black Sheep would win a fight, but their base would be destroyed. And there's no Drow in this game, but still, all three lanes really being pushed in somehow in favor of March Out of Army.
Brown looking for a play. Late game Roche, very hard to bring down, 13,000 HP. But Arteezy probably has this one.
Yeah, he's gonna try to make a move though. Will he go for a front left like a front snatches the Aegis?
Oh
He
my
does
God.
get it, unbelievable.
Yes.
The shard is picked up right there by Spectre, as well as the cheese. So he got the other two items, but the Aegis in the hands of Ember Spirit at least. And what I mean, that just gives them at least some more hope, because if you give Spectre the Aegis, I mean, it pretty much feels like GG.
Wow, 2 snatches. These guys are Aegis thieves.
63-minute game. Any more level 25s? I guess Winter Wyvern has it. He's got the 2-second stun now on the Splinter Blast.
Very strong ability. Pretty close. Level 23 on Undying, looking for that reincarnation. Even more tombstones available. And get it.
Earthshaker did not go in Axe, and he doesn't have the Enchant Totem cooldown. He actually went to 50% magic resist, which against this entire side is really good. Understandable there.
Super value. And looks like Ember Spirit is queuing up a Daedalus, maybe making the switch over into physical damage. Possibly giving up this Mjolnir at some point in the future.
I was wondering about that. That was kind of what I was going to bring up earlier as far as, is that maybe the play as Cataclysm the Scout? Not really going to hit, but we'll see where they're at. But yeah, is that a way to maybe get around this bulkiness of a Spectre, just get more physical damage now? He doesn't have the True Strike though. He's going up against a Butterfly. I mean, it would be great for maybe just pushing and ratting, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, something's got to give at this point, and he does have the 2 charges of Slight, so, I mean, I don't think that this game is going to last another, like, 25 minutes where he would actually be able to make the full transition into physical damage.
True. But it could. At the same time, it could. Remnant behind him. Again, Ember's with the Aegis.
So, all lanes pushing in, except for this bottom one. Easy looking for an opportunity to haunt in this fight.
Curse, who did they catch? That's, is that Bane? That's Bane back there. Yeah, Arteezy running in, though, with everything. Undying is getting very low. Arteezy is in the midst of it. The real one himself. Gets the kill on Undying. Tombstone drops. Poison Nova just hits Arteezy, really feels like. Brown thinking about going back in, but no, that ice pass slowing down. But Arteezy, again, somewhat slowing down, but
Rip on Bryles.
Oh, damn tanky. Bryles. Rip is canceled pretty quickly. Lotus Orb up on Arteezy. Cataclysm doing a little bit of damage there. Not enough. Undying is still somehow the only death after all of this. Yet another fight that it just shows how just beefy both teams are. A mix of that and also maybe not the most burst damage coming out either way.
Yeah, these fights are kind of just a war of attrition at this point.
Go for me.
Rana, Satanic, you got Invoker picking up a Scythe now, so extra lockdown. I was also going to say, I'm a little surprised Spectre's the one that went the refresher, is keeping the refresher shard on him. Maybe Invoker could make better use of that, but I guess the double on it is pretty good. As they kill for it.
100 seconds on the sideline, no buyback. Another opportunity for EG to seize control of this game if they find the opening.
Middle lane. Pugna's just running at the Wyvern here. He knows he's in the area. TP. Gets out.
Does have buyback anyway. He does have the data list
in his backpack. So, not really helping him right now, but
puts the Mjolnir on himself, switches the data list in maybe.
Captured in the flame.
Oh, but S4 found his remnant.
Catch him.
Rune of invisibility.
Picks up the Invisor and Suprile.
Radiant's top barracks.
A little scary.
And how do you push into these plague wards too? You're right, Reiki. We might see this game go on for quite some time, actually.
This is bound to go a while, honestly. It's no racks have been destroyed on the dire side, and it's not like they lose a couple heroes. This game, it's not like a troll warlord, you know, that crazy Luna base pusher. It's a Spectre who's great at tanking and being unkillable, it feels like at times, and doing all this return damage. But when it comes to sieging,
Dire's
not the most threatening.
Is under attack.
No matter how farmed he gets, how you look him trying to kill the shrine down here, and it's gonna take 30 seconds at least. But he'll get it, damn it.
Yeah, we may see S4 trying to rat this top tier 3 tower
Dire's
also.
bottom shrine has fallen.
Possibly wishing that he had the Nether Blast damage at this point, but the ward also doing a lot of work in these fights. And almost all buybacks have come back off of cooldown.
Dire's top shrine is
Only
under
Venomancer
attack.
without one for another minute, 50 seconds.
Dire's top
The
shrine
first
is
the
under
match earlier, I
attack.
want to say it was around 70 minutes, so approaching that time. As Arteezy again, he's here, but it's what are you gonna do? You go all out on Arteezy, and it really doesn't feel like it'd be enough anyways. Oh, they're gonna try something. March just charges in, pops Flesh Skull. I mean, love it, sort of. That's what we call it. Crazy keep a little bit live. There's the Cataclysm, doesn't kill March. Curse on Arteezy. Finally, the night goes down. So there's the Tombstone. Lotus Orb on himself. Brown running in, but they can't do anything. They're tickling this guy. He's just killing Tombstones meanwhile. It seems like. I mean, the damage is adding up over time, but meanwhile, Verona gets picked up by the supporting gas. Undying does buy back. Verona has a buyback, but look at after all of that, Arteezy's sitting here with 75-80% of his life anyways.
Yep, and a heart to boot. Gem on the ground. Rev dying there is very bad. They need him to be dealing a lot of damage in these fights. He's one of the main sources of damage at killing this Spectre. That's Silver Edge. And EG very slowly winning this buyback war. You can see gold only 5k damage for Dire now. As high as 25k, I think, at one point.
It has gone down. That Nether Ward, especially with the level 25 chance, you gotta be careful about it. Tornado catches for Rev,
Has been killed.
but follow up to it. Martini's not worried about chasing after heals. He's worried about just killing objectives here, as you would have hoped for. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. I don't know if he tried to ulti there or what, but because Mal's RT's getting a little lower as the curse comes out over here on a Pugna. But the Cataclysm once again going through double even. Buyback from Venomancer to the Venomancer. Pugna somehow still alive. He finally will fall in the midst of it. Venomancer gets back over the ledge. Where's RTZ during all that? He's in the midst of it as well. That's Cramp with the Action Slam. Jumps in. Venom's dead. No buyback. Neither does Mirana. Bryal uses his, but that's 2 minutes where they're going to be without a Veno and a Mirana, and 80 seconds without Undying. Look at the Radiant base, though. The tier 4 tower, they do have to defend that a little bit.
Bryal's in.
Bryal's in.
Force them to come back.
Might as well go for it.
Play because EG is just going to run at them otherwise. The Hex comes out.
Is he in trouble? Fiend Script. He's
7-second Fiend Script on top of the regular.
Oh boy.
That's game over right there.
Level 25 Bane, don't see that much. Yeah, no buyback. That should be GG. They're not going to call it just yet, but it's just Wyvern versus the team of evil geniuses. And
bring up that graph
factor. I don't want to. I don't want to. It's scary. Now, GG well played. EG will win game number 2 and thus the series. And I mean, yeah, you just see it. It's ability. To be fair, also was never really that crazy in favor of their side according to Dota Plus, and I think just a lot of that just comes down to the Spectre factor and how farmed he was and whatnot. So, whew, what a